Hi everyone, it's Debbie from My Vagabond Style. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and I hope you'll have a good time. So today I'm working on episode 3 of Prompt and Glue, and what we do here is I just have a book, and I'm now using this as my collage book, and I just give you prompts, and then you go on a scavenger hunt and find the items. And then I like to give myself like 2 or 3 to 4 images. I don't like to get too many more because then it just seems to get a little bit more stressful. I think the less that you have, really, the better. You want to give yourself a couple options, but not overwhelm yourself. So here are the prompts. And these were also in episode 2. At the end of the episode, and in the description box, I gave you a list of what we would be doing today. So I have book page is one of them. So I went ahead and grabbed a couple different book pages. This is just from my glue book, well, you know, when I am gluing something down, I use this as to catch the extra glue. So I just grabbed one of those. And then I also grabbed this because I thought I love this book page. It's an old German textbook, and the writing is just beautiful. So I'd like to throw some of that in. I don't know how much you'll see. Usually the background stuff, you just really don't know what you're going to end up with. So I'm going to use that as part of my background. And then the next item is blue. I had blue printed paper, but really what I really mean is like blue patterned paper. So, which could be a wide variety of things. This is actually old wallpaper, but it is blue and it's a pattern. So, and then this was something that I got off of, I think, the New York Public Library. And I believe this is also old vintage wallpaper. So it's a domain-free, copyright-free pattern. So I have that. I like this because it's not too overwhelming. And then this one's really pretty too. So I'm not even sure where I got this one. So those are my choices there. And then these over here, because I'll be using those first. Tissue paper was the next one. So I just looked through what kind of tissue paper I had. This one I like a lot because it's kind of gold, sparkly tissue paper. So I'm not really worried about the wrinkles because when you put it on, it's just going to do what it wants to do anyway. Okay, the next thing is light fixture. So I was looking through some of my home magazines and I thought this one might be kind of cool to cut the bubbles out. And I also liked this because this is a chandelier. This was off of Flickr, a domain free again. Looking up at a chandelier. So I just printed off a couple of these and kind of showing you how you could cut it out. It almost looks like a flower. Like that. And then there was also this one I thought was kind of cool right here that we could cut out. So we'll have to choose what we want there. And the next thing is a flower. So I have 4 different types of flowers. I've got this from a front cover of a magazine. So I thought I could cut these out and use them where I needed them. Then I also had this fussy cut flower. And then I have this is from Graphics Fairy. I think this was when I had my account with Graphics Fairy and I printed that out. And I also have this one, which is pretty. So, and then I decided to add a bonus item to this. Now you can put this in if you want. You don't have to, but I put B or B related. I just threw that in at the end. Normally I like to have 6 prompts, but last time I noticed I only had 5. So I threw this in. If you want to put it in, great. If you don't, that's okay too. So these are the B images that I have. Now this one right here, I had printed this out, and then it was stark white, so I hit it with a little bit of my Distress ink, and I also took a Sharpie and just colored it in. So there's that one, and then there's this one. I also colored that one in, just as an idea. Maybe you might want to use that bee, or not at all. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so I'll just move my book over here, and I think I'll bring in just a little bit so maybe you can see it a little better. And we're just going to use 1/2. Now, I'm only using one side of the page when I'm doing these, but you could absolutely use the whole 2-page, like make it a 2-pager and make it all cohesive. But I think I'm just going to stick with my one side. So let me grab the book page. We'll start with that. I'm definitely leaning towards my German textbook. Loving that. So I think I'm going to put quite a bit of it on here because I just don't know where anything's going to end up. Just get this. I think I want these numbers off of here. Let's see. Wow, that's almost exactly the same size, isn't it? All right. I'll just put that down there. Definitely use my glue catcher here. I hope I'm not shaking the camera too much. All right. Sticky, sticky. I'm looking for my something to varnish that down here. There we go. So we've got something down. All right, so what should we use for the next piece? I guess I want to look at these flowers. Because I guess my focal point really is going to be these flowers. I think I'm feeling that right there. Let's go with that one. Now, some people like not having the white edge on there. It just depends on which way you tear it. So if I tear it down this way, there's no white edge. But if I tear it this way, you'll get the white edge. So just whatever your preference is. Get all that white off of there. And see what we end up with. It doesn't even mean like I could totally rip this and then continue on with it. Maybe put a little here and a little there. I might do that. So let's get that down on there. So I had someone post on Prompt and Glue Instagram with the hashtag Prompt and Glue. Thank you, Annette. She did the project and posted there. So if you do a search and put hashtag Prompt and Glue, I believe hers will come up too. So that was really fun to see somebody, you know, doing the prompts. I appreciate it. And I think she had a good time. So I'll throw that on that way. Maybe this way. All right. Now, I have a little bit extra too if I need it. Let's look at what light fixture we want to use here. I'm not feeling that. It's a bit large. I think it's kind of too much. Let me pull this down a little bit. Let me cut these bubble lights out and we'll see what that looks like. These little scissors I got at the Dollar Tree. I have these that I really like, but I just wanted to, these are Cutter Bee. I got these on Amazon. But sometimes it's just fun to see how these, what the difference is, you know, these little tiny scissors. I think I'll just roughly cut it right now. I'm loving that couch. Is that not mid-century looking or what? Okay. So I'm just going to kind of maybe go around these a bit, roughly. Oops. We'll see how these look. I'm not 100% sold on these. I think they're cool, but I also think these would be really cool in like an ocean prompt. So if they don't work, I'll still hang on to them. I've been having a good time going through the magazines that my neighbors gave me. That I just put that shout out on Nextdoor and got quite a response. Had to put in there, thanks, I have enough, because people were coming out of the woodworks wanting to give me magazines. You know, people hate to throw them away, especially if somebody can use them. So that was awesome. All right, I think I'm going to get rid of this one that has so much black in it. We'll see how this, I might get rid of this one too, but for now we'll leave it there. Okay, I think that's out. That's kind of fun. It doesn't have to look like a light fixture. It could absolutely come from the bottom. And then we've got our bee. That would be fun. maybe even put a little more of this behind it. Wonder how a little bit of this would look like behind it too. Nobody says we can't use 2 patterned papers. So I just want this to be fun, like you do what you want to do. This is just to get you going. I think that's a bit much, but maybe a piece of it. Or none at all. We'll see. I'm undecided on whether to cut that out or not. I'm going to cut it out. It's bugging me. There we go. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So I don't know what everybody's been up to, but I kind of fell into watching a series, which is 90 Day Fiancé, and it's quite the train wreck. So I don't know if anybody's seen that. I think it might be an E-series or the Learning Channel, one of them. And these people decide that they want to get married, and they let some experts match them up. And then they have never seen them. It's not 90 Day Fiancé. It's Married at First Sight. That's the one I'm watching. And yeah, so I sort of started binge watching it, and it's crazy. Like, they just marry the stranger sight unseen. And I think it's for 2 months. They, go on a honeymoon, they live together and decide if it's going to work. Little cray-cray. All right, so we're going to do that there. We're going to put this here and then maybe have a bee or 2. So yeah, I'm liking it. Let's go ahead and put this down. I'm not going to put it all the way down here because I think I want to stick that maybe somewhere under here a little bit, like it's coming out from there. Right about there, maybe. Okay, let's do that. This page is getting a little sticky. When I fussy cut like this, I have to be a little gentle because you can totally rip the petals. Ooh. If you're a little too heavy-handed on it. All right, it's going to go right there-ish. Looking for my... It's like, how do you lose something on your desk? Really? Okay, there it is. And if you don't get it stuck down the first time, you can always come back and just put a little more glue on it. All right. Let's see. Do I want a little more of this print behind the bee? Almost looks like it goes there. Or just by itself. I'm going to put just by itself so you can see more of that text. All right, the bee is coming in for the flower. Go. See, are we missing anything? Tissue paper. I did not get my tissue paper. Put a little bit of this on there. See, can I get that back off? Come on, bee. All right. Yeah. There we go. And that purple will disappear. We'll put a little more over here. I really like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of shimmery. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put a little there. I felt like I was missing a prompt. All right, let's try the bee again. Oh, he bent his little leg. I'm torturing this bee. Okay. Poor little guy. All right. Oh, I like it. I think it turned out pretty good. Okay. I think I want one more little piece of that right here. Maybe it's too much. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as is. Sometimes, you know, you just go a little too far. But anyway, so that is our prompts. We've got book page, and then blue pattern paper, tissue paper, the light fixture, a flower, and our bonus bee. So there's that. And then I have the prompts for number 4. So number 4, here we go. We've got dictionary page, a stamped image. Now, stamped image could be, if you've got a stamp, you know, like rubber stamps with ink, absolutely do that. And then if you don't, like, you could totally take even like your acrylic paint and maybe put a little on the top of something like this, and then just, you know, stamp it like that. Just trying to give you some options if you don't have all of these supplies. Okay, a statue. So hunt through your magazine, see if you can find a statue. Then orange pattern paper. So that could even be, you know, I was going to say like a sunset, but I don't know if you really want to do that. That's more of an image. No, let's stick with patterned paper. So if you can find something with patterned paper, like even, let me show you this. So I was going to do wallpaper, which wallpaper will be coming up in one of these, but not this time. But this wallpaper could be used as blue patterned paper. And I just got this in a magazine. I'm not sure which one it was. Oh, here, this would be great patterned or wallpaper print. So just trying to give you some options. And then a number. So let's choose the number, let's choose a number 4. So we'll go with number 4. And then a shell. So there you go. There's prompt for the next one, number 4. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And when you do complete your artwork, if you'd like to post it on your Instagram account, and be sure and put the hashtag in the, when you put your little description on there, put hashtag prompt and glue. That way I'll see it. Or you could actually put at my vagabond style. But if you put the prompt in there, anybody that goes to look for it can find it. So hashtag prompt and glue. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.